design equation. Design equation consists of stress equal to load upon area, and what area you are talking about, which is resisting, that resisting area you have to always draw in the form of a sketch, so that the equation of the area, whatever you write here, that equation is applicable to this shaded area. So what is the area here? Outside size is d2 and then the inside diameter is d1. So d1 and d2, and between the two there is a circular area like this. This area is here, all around the circle, and this is resisting this crushing stress. So now what is this area? Pi by 4 d2 square minus d1 square. d2 square minus d1 square. That is the resisting area. Now you will find everything is known except d2. So you can find out how much is d2. So what is the side d2, you will be able to now find out. So we are finding out different sizes by this process. Now let's see the next part, that is from where else it will fail, that is the next. Now you will find here that as you go on applying a load like this, there is a possibility that the collar, again the same thing, there is, see if this T1 size is very thin, if this T1 is very thin, what is, I'll just show you as an exaggeration. This thickness I have taken very thin, suppose. Now what will happen, if you find it this is difficult, you can even make it even thinner than this to imagine. Now once you do this, now again same thing, by applying load nothing will happen, just like this crushing stress. Here nothing will happen to this T1. But then why this T1 is required? If T1 is 0, is it okay? Suppose this is not there at all. Then what will happen? As you go on hammering, it will just become loose. It will just become loose. So the collar is required, and collar must have certain thickness. So the very fact that this T1 cannot be 0, that means T1 needs some value. Now where this value comes into picture, what is the role of this value? The role of this value is not to get cut off. Because of what load? Because of again the same load which is coming as a result of hammering action of the cotter. So as the cotter is blown down, hammered down, that time these two surfaces try to touch each other very firmly, and that time if the collar is thin, then the collar will break from here. The collar will break from here. So that should not happen. So this is the resisting area. So now we write here crushing or rather shear failure. What is the kind of failure here? This is shear failure of spigot collar. It is going to give you T1. So the T1 is this much, and its role is to prevent failure from here, shear failure from here. Okay, so when this failure takes place, suppose it really takes place, then how it will look like is like this. See, this has come out, this collar is free, it is broken from here, this collar is free, and this is the surface, which is this surface, which is newly created surface after the failure has taken place, which we don't want to happen. So the size here is D1 and the thickness here is T. So I'll write here F shear design is equal to load P upon, now again load P is not the one which is causing this. What is causing is the load which has come because of the hammering, but because that value is not there, we are taking the higher value whichever is available here. And then the resisting area is how much? Pi d1, circumference is pi d1 into the thickness, that is t1. So see, this resisting area equation you have to write properly like this, and then only your problem will be solved. Otherwise this formula is always the same. Stress equal to load upon area. Only which stress, that you have to determine properly, and what is the resisting area, that also you have to write properly. Otherwise the formula is always same everywhere. So here what is known? Shear stress is given, load is given, T1 we have already found out. So you can find how much is T1 required. What is the thickness of the collar you require, that you can find out. So at this stage you will realize that for finding out the size of this particular shape, everything is decided, only this B and T. And T is also decided, only B is not decided. But then you can wait for some time. Whenever we are going to design the quarter pin, that time you will be able to find out B. Other than B, all the rest of the dimensions of the spigot are finalized at this stage. So the design of spigot part is over. So out of the three parts, spigot, socket and quarter, out of the three parts, design of spigot is complete. We have written 6 different equations, and by using these equations we have found out the different dimensions which were there for the spigot. Okay, so next is we are now going to learn the design of socket, but that we'll do in the next part.